A weather alert this afternoon as storms roll through central Ohio. Breaking right now, high waters here in central Ohio. This is video of two people being rescued downtown Columbus along the Scioto River. We're going to be live with the latest on that. And it's not just downtown. Here's video from earlier this morning in Plain City, where you can see, again, heavy flooding. And a car there stuck in the water. No one was injured in this case as police were able to get two people out safely. The water is also causing some problems out on the roads. This is video of I-270 at Dublin-Granville, that tunnel there. Earlier today, you can see an ODOT employee there working to clean up the interstate, clear those drains, and that water that was really quite deep. It got the traffic down to one lane there. Thank you so much for joining us for 10 TV News at noon. I'm Tracy Townsend. So we've been telling you about the possibility of flooding, and it is now here. Dopplerton meteorologist Madison Reich has really been tracking this for several days now. We saw the first wave, but another round of storms is also heading our way. You're timing all of this out. Bring us up to speed.
Yeah, so there have been some changes since what we saw earlier this morning. Of course, flooding still at the table as we head through the rest of the day and into this evening, as well as still tracking that potential for widespread severe thunderstorms and tornadoes. Right now, things are looking interesting. We've got some sunshine out there. That's not necessarily a good thing, as we've been talking about throughout this morning and into the afternoon now. That sun is going to provide some extra energy as our next round starts to push in. It's already developed. It's currently down to our south and is taking a bit of a different path. Instead of just due east, we're going to see this rotate in through Indianapolis, then into central Ohio, bringing with it that next threat for severe storms. At the same time, we are tracking in a cold front, and a combination of those two are the main reason why our threat for tornadoes is so high today. You've got two systems moving in different directions. In addition to the warmth, you've got the humidity, you got the sunshine out there too, not helping things out. So again, our current severe weather outlook still looking the same. High tornado threat, high wind threat, high hail, and still watching that potential for flooding through the remainder of the day. I'm going to go through timing a little closer here, coming up in your full forecast in just a few minutes.
All right, Madison, thank you. We want to get to that water rescue on the Scioto. Columbus Fire says that two people had to be pulled from under the bridge in downtown Columbus. This happened at around 9 o'clock this morning. 10 TV's Colin Dorsey is live next to the Broad Street Bridge with more on how this all played out. Colin.
Yeah, Tracy, first I want to start by pointing this out. Just a few hours ago, all of that water wasn't here. When that rescue call came in, the water hadn't even made it up to the sidewalk and the railing underneath Broad Street Bridge, and it's just continued to creep up in the past few hours, now lapping at the sidewalk here in front of COSI. And take a look at some of this video from this morning. Two people were stranded underneath the bridge as that water came up. Columbus Fire quickly sent out their boat, and you can see in this video the fast-moving water in the river certainly made for some challenging conditions in that rescue. You can really see the current start to push that boat as they try to get those people out from underneath the bridge. And where those two people were underneath the bridge is usually well above water. It's one of those concrete pylons, and the rain has also caused several road issues. We've shown you that video. Well, ODOT has had snow plows out pushing water off the freeways, and it should be a reminder that rising water isn't anything to mess with. It's best just to leave it alone. It's a reminder, turn, don't drown. Live from downtown Columbus, Colin Dorsey, 10 TV News.
All right, Colin, thank you for that. Friends, look at your screen right now. This is just into our newsroom. We're learning that the city of Columbus is starting to set up a flood wall at Greenlawn Avenue and Harmon Avenue. This is video that we can show you live as the city is setting up the flood wall. This is a live look at workers going about that very important work right now. This wall is going to block the Franklinton neighborhood from flooding. That flooding would be coming from the Scioto River. We'll continue to monitor what's happening there at that scene in Franklinton and keep you posted. There's some other breaking news to tell you about right now. This is the Columbus Zoo and Aquarium closing early today because of the threat for severe weather. Zoo officials made that announcement about 20 minutes ago. They will be closing at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. They say it's all about the safety of the guests, the staff, and of course the animals. That is their top priority. Again, the zoo closing early today, a community update. And we are expected to get lightning with the storms that are moving in. Make sure you go inside if you hear thunder in your area. When you're inside, experts say that you should avoid touching any electronics connected to a wall outlet. Stay away from water faucets inside your house, like the sink or the shower. If you're caught outside, make sure you crouch down low to the ground. Do not stand under a tree for cover. And no matter whether you are driving or you're staying at home, here's a list of some safety supplies that you should have with you just in case. Experts say to pack a backpack or a storage tub for your supplies. Make sure you have bottled water, non-perishable food, and a can opener if you have food items that are canned. Always have a flashlight with extra batteries, and make sure your cell phone is fully charged and that you have an extra charging battery for your phone. Now, we want to talk about the difference between a watch and a warning. When it comes to a watch, that means severe storms can develop, but they haven't quite formed just yet. Be prepared for something that could develop. It's usually issued hours ahead of inclement weather. A thunderstorm warning means take action. That means there is active severe weather in the area that could damage your property and put your life in danger. When this happens, you need to take shelter in a sturdy building. If you are in a mobile home, experts say you need to get out and find a safer place. Strong winds can blow the home over. And with storms like the ones we anticipate, there is a chance you're going to lose power. A generator, that's a good way to make sure that parts of your home can still have power while the utility companies are working to fix the problem. First, make sure you add up the voltage of all of the electronics you would want to connect to the generator. That will help you avoid overloading the generator. When it's in use, make sure it has a cover above it so you can keep it dry, and keep it outside. Make sure it's away from windows and vents to avoid carbon monoxide poisoning. After the storms move through, you want to make sure your home is still safe, and experts do advise that you check for the damage outside. You want to look closely for downed power lines, broken gutters, anything really obvious. On the inside of your house, check for any leaks in the plumbing or cracks in your wall or ceiling. If you see any damage, of course, you want to be in contact with your insurance company. Several local school districts are closing early today. You can see on your screen the Olentangy Local School District will be dismissing students 90 minutes early. All after-school activities in the Olentangy Local Schools are canceled. Chillicothe City Schools releasing students at 2 o'clock. Head to 10tv.com for our complete list of schools dismissing students early. They may be making some decisions in the next hour or so, so be sure that you check that website often. Make sure you have our free 10TV app downloaded. This is a great time. It is free. You can get severe weather alerts sent to your phone as soon as they come in. Now, 19 days after the deadly and destructive tornado swept through 11 Ohio counties, the recovery work is still underway. Hours ago, Governor Mike DeWine visited the Indian Lake area to get an update on the progress. 10 TV's Doug Petcash is live in Indian Lake and the state park there where the governor had a news conference. Tell us more about the governor's message.
Well, good afternoon, Tracy. It's sunny now, but the governor started by talking about today's severe weather. He said Ohio has a bullseye on it, and he urged people to be careful, to stay updated on the storm track, and to have a plan of where to take shelter if necessary. Now, Indian Lake State Park reopened on Friday. It's one sign of progress in this area. Some campers are even here enjoying the park. Today, the governor called the whole Indian Lake community a special place and said it is crucial that people and businesses here get government help. Before this morning's news conference, the governor held a roundtable with local leaders on the overall recovery effort in this area. A state representative says 250 housing units are still needed for those who lost their homes to the tornado. The governor asked for federal assistance from FEMA last week, but says that could take a long time to come in, and there's no guarantee the president will declare a federal disaster. He and legislative leaders are working on a plan to give state help to people and businesses affected.
We have people who, a number of people who the home is gone. Many of them had no insurance, so they're totally out. And what we want to do is figure out a way so that we can make sure that they can, get housing quickly. But also, we have to worry about the long run. We want them. We have some families who have been here several generations, and we want them to be able to stay in the community.
Now, state leaders are working on a plan to give help to the people affected. The governor says that could come in terms of grants, money to people to help them get back on their feet. The governor says they should have a better idea in about 2 weeks where that plan stands. The governor was originally scheduled to tour the area this morning to get an update on the progress. That was canceled because of this morning's weather, but the governor says he got a good look of what the situation is during his drive into the area. Coming up later on our newscast, we'll have more coverage from his visit here in the Indian Lake area. Now live at Indian Lake State Park, Doug Petcash, 10 TV News.